Hey there, fellow measurers! Have you ever needed to measure something with extreme precision, like way more precise than your trusty ruler could handle? That's where Vernier calipers swoop in to save the day. These ingenious tools are like the superheroes of the measurement world. Vernier calipers are used to measure the internal and external dimensions of objects with incredible accuracy. We're talking about measurements down to a fraction of a millimeter. Whether you're a machinist, a scientist, or just a curious mind, Vernier calipers are an indispensable tool to have in your arsenal. So buckle up because we're about to embark on a thrilling journey into the world of Vernier calipers. Get ready to unlock the secrets of precise measurement and become a measuring maestro. Now that you're pumped about Vernier calipers, let's break down the different parts of these amazing tools. Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it looks. First up, we have the main scale, which looks like a regular ruler. It's graduated in millimeters and centimeters, just like the ones you used in school. Sliding along the main scale is the Vernier scale, the secret weapon of the Vernier caliper. The Vernier scale has tiny markings that allow us to measure those super precise fractions of a millimeter. Next, we have the jaws. The Vernier caliper has two sets of jaws, the outer jaws for measuring external dimensions like the diameter of a pipe, and the inner jaws for measuring internal dimensions, like the diameter of a hole, and if you need to measure depth, there's a depth probe that slides right out the back. Before you start measuring like a pro, it's important to know how to hold your Vernier calipers properly. Hold the calipers in your dominant hand with your thumb on the thumb roller. Use your other hand to support the object you're measuring. Gently slide the jaws open and close using the thumb roller. You want the jaws to make contact with the object snugly, but not too tightly. Remember, we're going for precision here, not a crushing grip. Practice opening and closing the jaws a few times to get a feel for the thumb roller. Once you're comfortable with the grip, you're ready to start measuring. Vernier calipers are incredibly versatile, allowing you to measure inside dimensions, outside dimensions, and even depth. Let's take a look at how to do each one. To measure the outside dimension of an object, like the width of a block, open the outer jaws wider than the object and gently close them until they touch the object's edges. For inside dimensions, like the diameter of a hole, use the inner jaws in the same way. To measure depth, use the depth probe. Simply extend the probe until it touches the bottom of the hole or recess you're measuring. Make sure the main scale is perpendicular to the surface you're measuring for the most accurate results. Section 5. Reading the Vernier scale. It's like a secret code. Now comes the fun part, reading the measurement. This is where the Vernier scale comes into play. Look closely at the Vernier scale and find the line on the Vernier scale that lines up perfectly with a line on the main scale. This is your Vernier scale reading. Count the number of lines on the Vernier scale to the right of the aligned line. Each line represents a fraction of a millimeter, usually 0.02 millimeters or 0.05 millimeters depending on the caliper. Multiply the number of lines by the value of each line to get your Vernier scale measurement. Finally, add the main scale reading to the Vernier scale reading to get your final measurement. Congratulations, you've cracked the code of the Vernier caliper. Section 6. Zeroing in, checking for accuracy. Before we get carried away with our newfound measuring superpowers, it's crucial to make sure our Vernier calipers are accurate. This is where zeroing comes in. Close the jaws of the caliper completely. The zero mark on the Vernier scale should align perfectly with the zero mark on the main scale. If it doesn't, you'll need to adjust the caliper until it's properly zeroed. Zeroing your calipers ensures that your measurements are accurate and reliable. It's a simple step that can save you a lot of headaches down the road. Section 7. Tips for taking precise measurements. Now that you're a Vernier caliper pro, here are a few bonus tips to help you achieve even greater precision in your measurements. Use consistent pressure. Apply gentle and consistent pressure when closing the jaws on an object. Take multiple readings. Don't rely on just one measurement. Take several readings and calculate the average for greater accuracy. Avoid parallax error. When reading the scales, make sure your line of sight is perpendicular to the scales to avoid parallax error. Keep your calipers clean. Dirt and debris can affect the accuracy of your measurements. By following these tips, you'll be well on your way to becoming a measurement ninja. Section 8. Importance of accurate measurements. Accurate measurements are essential in countless fields and everyday situations. In manufacturing, precise measurements are crucial for creating parts that fit together perfectly. In science, accurate measurements are essential for conducting experiments and collecting reliable data. Even in our daily lives, accurate measurements are important. Think about baking a cake. If you don't measure the ingredients correctly, your cake might turn out to be a disaster. From building skyscrapers to baking delicious treats, accurate measurements are the foundation of a well-functioning world. Section 9. Conclusion: Vernier Calipers, a tool for precision. Congratulations, my fellow measurers. You've reached the end of our Vernier Caliper adventure. We've explored the ins and outs of these incredible tools, from their basic parts to the secrets of reading the Vernier scale. Remember, Vernier calipers are more than just tools, they're gateways to a world of precision and accuracy. So embrace the power of the Vernier caliper and unlock a universe of possibilities. Keep on measuring, my friends.